Dawnbreaker's follow-up, Muerta Phoenix, they don't start things. Dragonite maybe, but he's your carry. You know, he's going to want to farm for a lot of this. So I've got my eyes on the Tiny, especially because we were just talking about Marcy coming in and messing with that Tiny. You know, slowing him down, slowing that blink, pushing it back 2, 3 minutes, who knows? That's just time that you can't really make plays.
I am wondering how well my biggest concern right now is going to be this Alchemist lane, I think. Because I don't know how well Crystal Main's gonna be able to like stand her ground against the Muerta Dawnbreaker. So that'll be interesting to me. We'll see how that goes.
I think that's why QE sounds good to me. You go W when you think you can get kills, and I mean I could see him killing Muerta if she steps up too far. So maybe he'll do it based on like what's going on. But I think with QE, the passive gives you enough mana to just keep using your spells, and same with Yamson on the Alk. He'll just be able to keep throwing out Acid Spray, and you secure every range creep with the Q, and hopefully you hit the Dawnbreaker or the Muerta, and you get them low enough. We're not looking to kill them, but as long as they don't feel confident to 100-0 fight you, right, then they're not going to do it because that's the type of fight that Dawnbreaker wants. She wants to kill you in one go with a spell combo. Same with Muerta, very expensive spells. I think that's what Crystal Maiden can do, and as long as she stays back, it'll be fine. And I see his itemization is already circlet, 3 branches, and a blood grenade. This is like the tankiest you could possibly be with your starting items, and it's still 610 health. But he's doing his best. Well, 2 iron branches are in the backpack, so once he gets those in, you know, he's more like 650, which is not bad for a Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
Got any other
Oh,
wacky
really?
items? Doesn't look like it. Marcy bodyguard. Hmm. The armor is actually pretty good this game.
Oh,
Maybe that's some of the reason for the bodyguard. It's a lot of physical damage from like Dragonite, Dawnbreaker, even Tiny. Though, yeah, he's got that crash landing facet. We've seen this one do its damage. Crystal Maiden will need more tanky items. She'll have to buy like an early fluffy hat, get some like Glimmer Cape Force Staff type stuff.
did you mention splitting image on Enigma?
Oh, he switched it. I thought he
He
had the
switched it last second from Event Horizon, which is not
hmm.
what I expected, but yeah, he's gone for splitting image.
I'm not sure. Event Horizon.
It's just like a slow as anyone tries to run away from Enigma.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter as much this game when you have like Celestial Hammer and Dive. You got like these melee cores, Dragonite Tiny. They're already in or they're not. Also, if you're chasing, who's really getting away from an Earth Spirit, right? So maybe he doesn't think he needs it. Just like extra damage from more Eidolons is better.
Yeah,
More
could be.
pushing power.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, if it's just like for pushing. I mean, you do eventually like proc the splitting image just from demonic summoning, like over time, right? Like it eventually just comes through. But we'll see what happens. Looks like we are finally reconnected. Apex Genesis is ready. They're not messing around. They're like, all right, can we just get this game started already? Huh? You guys were late to lobby. Now you're going to pause on us. What are you guys doing, huh?
Missing middle.
All right. Here we go. Here we go.
All right. For those of you who are just joining us, it is Photographers versus Apex Genesis here in the lower bracket. A best of 3 for elimination. The winner will have the ability to play against either Mouth or Concilium. And then you know, eventually potentially getting bonked by either Shopify or Atlantic City. So we'll see what ends up happening.
Light cannot escape me. What hope, everybody?
Coming over to the Twin Gate. So sometimes you'll see teams rush down here to try to block camps from the Alchemist. This is some next level smoke play, actually. So they all have to pay the mana cost, which is a little bit painful. But you certainly would not expect this smoke angle.
Yeah, that is very true. Unfortunately for them, I don't know if it's going to connect.
If you're patient, so you have to make a trade-off. Well, okay, maybe we're not being too patient. Smoke breaks. Oh, they see Mort anyways.
Yeah, that's a great find. Stun here in just a second from the Alchemist. It's going to be used to grab the first blood. And with that, it looks like they'll just disengage. They'll give that up. Yamsun's going to be very happy on this Alchemist now.
The rune, guys.
So,
All right.
it'll end up being 2 for 2 on the bounties, but a first blood for the Alch, who starts with seed money already, right? So he's just going to be sitting so wealthy.
If we go to net worth for a second, he's already like double the net worth of everybody else.
That's good stuff.
Seed money, first blood, bounty, extra value. Just out things.
Whoa, the Eidolons he like kept mid to harass the Tiny with. That's kind of funny.
I guess everything to tip that in your favor, right? I do think whichever mid comes out ahead, they're the ones making the plays for both teams.
All right, we already saw them rip the dead shot into Starbreaker combo in the bottom lane here, and got quite a bit of damage in. But Crystal Maiden opening with the Crystal Nova, I think, is probably the way to go. It's a pretty great slow against the two heroes and a lot of damage. Not necessarily needing Frostbite to deal with them.
I see Speed's got a Sage's Mask queued up as well. It's not something you would usually do, but when you are playing this style of just, I'm going to queue as often as I can to keep them low, this is what you go for.
Yeah, it's nice. He has a lot of Enigma games. I think over the last year, it's been his most played hero by quite a bit. I think it's his most competitive played hero as well. So it's like I said, it kind of slipped my mind when we were thinking about the draft, like what could he go? And I'm like, oh, they need a ranged hero. Like, what's it gonna be? And I don't know why my brain was just like, duh, like it's gonna be the Enigma. But for some reason, I just kind of like forgot or spaced that it was Fade playing the offlaner. Bottom lane. Ooh, decent damage there.
Very decent damage.
Huerta's just dead. Okay. Managed to freeze her right on the edge of the acid spray, and that's just 2 extra attacks from Crystal Maiden. Managed to get themselves a second kill here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you save the skill point. You don't always instantly go for the next one, just in case that kind of stuff happens. Maybe he was going to do this the whole time anyways. Maybe I was talking crazy stuff, but I mean, when you see how much damage is coming out and you're like, oh, I can get this kill if I go with Frostbite, and that's why you save the skill point.
Ooh, that calling? Yeah, that's going to be a self-stun. Okay. Top lane. Big Num taking a lot of damage. Fade trying to find himself a kill onto that Dragonite. Won't be able to, and instead turn his attention over to the Phoenix. Just needs a few auto... The Dying Light aggroed the neutral camp. That hurts.
Even though you're not getting the kill, you can see in the CS, he's pretty happy with what's going on. And actually, Dragonite may have stuck around a little bit too long.
Do they have
there's
rebound?
no rebound, actually. Okay, maybe you can't get this. I thought he went rebound, but it looks like he went bodyguard, and maybe the heat of the moment went for the armor in the fight.
Yeah, I don't know why you would not opt for the rebound. But oh well. Bottom lane, Crystal Maiden falling incredibly low. They managed to finish her off just inside of the calling there. A lot of aggression in the side lanes. Mid lane's mostly just farming, but going the way of RCY currently on this Earth Spirit, he's looking quite well.
I'm not that surprised, because this is typically how Earth Spirit lanes go. Like, you just kick people away and get denies in front of their face.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Tiny's high base damage would help out, especially because it was the counter pick. You know, I thought maybe he knew something about it that I didn't. Seems like Earth Spirit's fine in this lane too, though.
Yeah, seems like it.
Or maybe there's an outplay as well. That's always possible. Not sure.
Overall, Fade is still looking really good top lane. Like, he's just not struggling on the Enigma despite, you know, some of the hiccups that they've had. Bottom lane, though. Yamsun just getting aggressive here with the Crystal Maiden. Now that they're level 3 on the CM, the threat, I think, from this offlane duo is substantially less. Because she's always going to have spells up now.
Should be able to stop a lot of aggression as they come in. Unfortunately, I think there was a misclick in the mid lane. RCY has dust. I think he meant to buy a sentry or something to deward, but... Oh, bottom, I baited us. Bottom, they end up getting a kill onto Muerta. That acid
And
spray
top
and
lane?
unstable concoction.
They're actually going to get the dispose back. Is it going to be enough to finish the job? I think it is, and now Fade can look for the Phoenix. Phoenix should be able to burn all these Eidolons down if he wants, but Yamsun actually ends up with a double kill bottom somehow. So Napkin just stuck around way too long.
Well, XD's coming out. Mid-rotation. He has Magnetize as well. Bottle refill in the heat at the moment. There's the
I was like, I don't know if
Magnetize.
you need to commit for this, but there's no one on the side of photographers that are coming to stop it, so Tiny is definitely dead. Stun will connect, just needs one more auto attack. The resonance bonus damage, more than enough to help find the kill, and just in time for that 6-minute rune as well. Obviously, I think he would rather have used the arcane when he dropped the magnetize, but he'll take a kill and a rune later. Oh, 4 points in the kick now, so it's gonna be a lot of damage. Station top side here. I mean, outside of the really the side lanes for photographers is really not doing super hot based on the net worth right now.
Some of that, I mean, Alchemist is Alchemist, so some of that net worth is a little inflated, but with a rotation top through the Twin Gate, should be a dead
And Tiny's
Dragonite.
coming in from behind them, though. That's an avalanche here. It's going to go on top of the Mars.
Black
Toss
Hole.
onto Fade, but you're right. They do have Black Hole available. Fade's just going to drop it onto the Muerta, but likely to burn here slowly to this Phoenix. They get the kill, but RCY is now back in for the action. They're going to TP up here on Napkin as well. The Frostbite inside of this Acid Spray. Is it enough for the Tiny? His
damage is reduced so much.
Eidolons are here now as well. RCY jumping back over. The Magnetize is back off cooldown. He's going to be able to hold this onto the two heroes now. Yamsun going to try and just walk away, and it's going to work. The slows from the boulder kick was enough. The damage continuing to ramp here as Yamsun throwing a stun on over to Napkin. Does he keep it going? He does. The roll on through. It's not going to connect. He's out of stones, and the Magnetize will end, but he gets the kick up to the top side and finishes the kill there onto the Dawnbreaker. Yamsun might not be so lucky. He could Soul Ring for a deny, potentially, but he's got backup now. The Marcy as well as the Enigma are here. And now Phoenix in a real rough spot. This is a huge series of deaths.
This fight is so long. Everyone's dying and respawning and TPing back. So they do end up finishing the Alchemist because the Tiny comes back in here. Overall, I think slightly favoring Apex Genesis.
Yeah, it's like a
Though it
4
looks
for
like maybe
5
they're
or
not
something.
done yet.
Ooh, Dawnbreaker's coming in. They got him.
All right, maybe that changes the math. Let me break out the abacus.
That definitely changes things, because that's going to get Tiny really close to his Blink Dagger.
Oh, now they're gonna find
Speed's here
speed.
now as well.
Good thing I didn't put the abacus away.
Oh, what a
RCY,
dive
are you
block.
next? Oh, he's got a
He's got
haste.
a
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say they're really bleeding a lot of kills here if he falls next.
What?
Ooh, onto the top side. Napkin ends up somehow dodging out that rebound, but an immediate cancel onto the freezing field. There's not be able to keep speed alive, but a huge
big
stun.
stun.
Concoction connects, and a 2-hero boulder kick for the kill. Now, Tiny, big avalanche toss. Roll in from RCY, though. Will be able to snap onto that Muerta. They get themselves a 3rd kill. Looking for more. RCY's got his number. He has Magnetize if he needs it. For now, just going to try and hold off on committing the spell. Maybe they'll get the damage elsewhere. No, he's going to drop it now just in case. They do not want this Tiny to get away.
Wait, you're not gonna refresh
toss
time
from him.
Oh, last second.
But he's going to live. RC now onto the Phoenix. Doesn't have the damage. All right. Should have ripped the Magnetize earlier. Is this
Spacing
quote-unquote
this.
space made for Alchemist? Because he kind of just hasn't been doing anything but farming.
I mean, he showed up for a little bit through that stun, you know, and then back to farming.
That's true. That's true.
I think the fights aren't going quite as cleanly as they would hope, because they would want like an Alk rotation, get kills, and then take a tower kind of things. But he ends up fighting a little longer than he, I think, means to. But he's got some great spawns in the stacks down here. There's lots of little things to kill off, farm up, and if he joins with the Radiance, that'll be a big game changer to these early fights. I think he should just take it easy now until that Radiance is done.
I would be okay with that. I think finishing his Radiance is the big deal right now. Fade is, you know, probably not going to be able to finish off this top tower anytime soon, but he can definitely just continue farming.
Dawnbreaker's really good at holding it. Because the Eidolons do not scare her. She can Celestial Hammer, Starbreaker, and just farm all of them. The Earth Spirit should scare her a little bit more than Eidolons, though.
Yeah, she dead. RCY on a mega kill spree. He is crushing this game.
The light goes out. I think Muerta's
Roll
light might be
in.
going
Nice
out
frostbite
too.
setup. Onto the Muerta. Now she does have ult, but the frostbite, when you get pig moded, not great. Enigma just gonna solo black hole this Phoenix in the top sign, get himself the kill. Why not? That should help him finish off the tower. Oh, never mind. Dawnbreaker's coming up.
Money! That's like half a kill. 6 Eidolons. You know, even though I was talking about the Spirit Vessel, RCY did not decide to get one. Just went Blade Mail
Enigma has
straight
the
to Veils.
urn.
But he didn't go for
Enigma-
one. Well, I guess he will. But he's going
Yeah.
for drums into bongo boots first.
Yeah, I think Boots of Bearing in a Vessel is actually perfectly fine for the offlane Enigma. It's a really good combo, like with just Eidolon damage and the oh my, Malefice, thank you.
There we go.
It's like, what is this ability? I'm like trying to remember without looking at the Dodo client. I'm like, can I do
Who is
that?
this hero? That's true. It is pretty good, especially because he went splitting image. I do just think like a Vessel finished at this time would be so impactful with the amount of
he's
fights.
gonna go for it. Yeah, he canceled the bongo boots. He almost has the Vessel. It's like nearly done.
Cool.
Oh, they find the Phoenix, kick out. He is just dead. They're abandoning ship on this one. Dives away, gonna get immediately stunned into a boulder from RCY. Now, RCY Shoots up that Veil, finishes it, rolls up on, finds the Tiny, kicks him back. Deadshot will be able to cancel the ult like you mentioned, but Fade, he's here with help, and they've got the Magnetize going. Alchemist throwing a stun on over to Napkin. We'll be able to finish off the Dawnbreaker. Tiny goes down as well. 3 dead once again for photographers in this game is starting to really pull away for Apex Genesis.
Yeah, it's a very scrappy game. It's 21-11, 14 minutes in, which is why I was thinking about that Spirit Vessel so much, because you'd be getting so many charges, which he kind of has on the urn, but I like this, that he went for the Spirit Vessel first before the Bongo Boots, because it is so good. There is so much healing already in this game. It will only continue to be useful. For example, on this Phoenix.
Gonna see the 3 TPs coming in, but they are
I don't know if we should have finished this.
Canceled. Oh, Dawn canceled, but Tiny did not, and now he's gonna be the one that's heavily punished. Yeah, this is where Vessel feels real good.
He pivoted for the Vessel, and he immediately almost has enough gold for the Boots of Bearing off of winning so many fights in a row. He's chasing this dog. I think he's gonna black hole her if he gets the Eidolons up in time. Okay, never mind. Yeah. He was just faking it. Haha, just kidding.
If he had help from one hero, he could do it for sure. With like Vessel, like full Eidolon split and black hole, I think it'd be enough damage. Uh-oh. Yamsun walks on over, finds the Dragonite, perfectly timed rebound. Ignum setting up that kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, that's a dead Phoenix. Nice Avatos in the backside, finds 3, but they're still pretty damn tanky. In comes the Dawnbreaker ult, the black hole right off the side. Beautiful cancel from the Muerta, but it just sets up for the Magnetize. The Vessel just going right through this Dawnbreaker on the backside. Freezing field, trying to hold this Muerta in place, but there's nowhere to go. The damage is overwhelming. It's a 4 for 0 with a buyback forced.
Dire's middle tower.
And Apex just continuing to dominate this game.
There have been some great dead shots, but it's just not quite enough to make up the difference in team fight abilities, which is kind of funny to say, because when I look at photographers, they also have some really good team fight in like Dawnbreaker, Alt Phoenix, but I guess it's a combination of Earth Spirit, Magnetize being so powerful, and having an Alchemist who comes online sooner than a Dragon Knight.
Yeah, we're going to see them make for another play the top side. A good avalanche onto 3 to toss. Should finish off Ignum, and it does. It actually sends Yamsun really far back, but Fade with a super deep wrap around here. The Vessel as well as RCY takes down 2, and now they've got the Tiny once again. Phoenix going to dive in, try and put a little bit of damage out. Ends up dropping the egg. Do they go for this? They're going to try. It's not in time. Faded backed off, but gets Malphus to cancel the dive, and Phoenix will die anyway. Apex is looking fresh, man.
At the end of the game, when we look at the breakdowns, how much damage do you think Spirit Vessel will have done?
I mean, it's hard to say based on how long the game's going to go.
I need a definitive answer right now, Ricky. You must tell me.
I'm going to say 3,709.
I'm going to go with 4,219.
I thought you were going to say 4,269 or something.
I've immediately forgotten the 2 numbers we just listed, so I won't be able to verify if we were right or not, but...
Sorry, everyone in chat forgot as well.
It's doing work, this game. But so is RCY. I mean, he's just all over with these Magnetizes. Now that Alk... Like, we were like, oh, Alk's got to go finish the Radiance. I forgot about him for a little bit. He got Radiance Blink. Now he's been joining all these fights. Tons of... multi-connection, unstable concoctions. The Radiance is doing a bunch of burn damage with the acid.
Uh-oh. Tiny showed himself on a wave. Malphus, Vessel, just impossible for him to get away. Beautiful boulder kick, hits 4 from RCY, and he's going to follow it up. He might just go drop the Magnetize, and he absolutely does. 3 of them getting forced back into the base. He's going to pop his regen rune, keep these spells going. Does have a blade mail. Might be able to get out of this one. We'll see the toss in. Fade
He
doesn't have
he
the black
doesn't
hole.
have
2
black hole
seconds.
yet.
Oh no! Fade's gonna go down. Beautiful toss in there from the Tiny. His buyback paying off, but now he is gonna die for that one. Yamsun now just chasing from under the tower. The sentry getting dropped to scout out that Dragon Knight. And RCY, he escaped. Regen kicked in. He's full HP, full mana
Dire's
again.
middle tower is under attack.
Man, he was 2 seconds away from 3-hero black holing them off of a allied toss.
Yeah, that would have been a disaster. That was scary to toss back like that. But I guess it worked out. Maybe he knew the exact timing. He's like, we can kill this guy right now. You know what? I wasn't sure about the Earth Spirit not building the Spirit Vessel. It eventually went on the Enigma. But I actually kind of like this because it means he went for the Shivas even faster. And the armor is solid versus the Chorus, but now you also have the heal reduction from the Shivas and the Spell Amp. So I actually really like the way they split the items up. Look at that. Pro players knew better than me. Fantastic.
Top tower is under
Glimmer Cape saving Muerta there. I'm sure we're going to be seeing some extra vision. Yeah, Dust was actually on the courier for Marcy all the way already, so just didn't have it at the time. Smoked up, though, for the side of photographers.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I don't know who you even find here.
I don't know, but Tiny is so poor this game.
Yeah, I honestly don't even see him on my hero list, so
Dire's middle
It's not even on here. They just removed it.
I feel like, guys, hide the shame.
What's Alchemist going for? He has his BKB. He's got 2,600 gold sitting in the
Dire's
bank.
bottom tower is under attack.
He has so many options that he could go for. He could just tank up slightly if he wanted. He could go for like an AC if he thinks he wants like physical, like more minus armor and some physical damage reduction for himself. But he's against a Dragon Knight, so I would say Bloodthorn probably is going to be his build here. It's a pretty good Orchid game already.
Such a greedy farming pattern by Yamsun there.
Yeah,
but
right. I just saw that too.
They're too scared to contest him.
Avalanche toss back. They get RCY. He's silenced up and he's dead. He's all alone. Question is, can they get out though with this one? They're gonna jump in, look for the Dragon Knight. Actually off the mark with a rebound. Napkin on the other side though. Maybe in a rough spot as there's Eidolons all over the place here. Another Avalanche toss in. They managed to get a good find, but the black hole is there from Fade. Nothing to cancel it. The freezing field on top, 3 dead as Yamsun will continue to chase, now looking for the Phoenix. And he's about to get stunned. Inside
Very
the acid
slowly.
spray, the slowest, most painful death.
Is under attack.
The GGs come out as they know this one is over. 22 minutes into the game. Apex the 20,000 gold advantage.
Radiant
That feeling when
40
it's fast.
kills, by the way.
Yeah, it was a very scrappy game. Well done by
Very fun
Apex